Hey, what's going on, guys? Danny here from Connectio and Up Viral. And in today's video, I want to share with you an important topic, which is campaign objectives and which campaign objective you should be using for your Facebook ads. Now, there's a lot of confusion on which campaign objective you should be using for your Facebook ads, especially for beginners, but I want to clarify everything in this video and also share what we use internally here at Connect.io as well. So let's jump right into it. So, like I said, I want to go over campaign objectives and which campaign objectives you should be using in 2020. So, hence my amazing slide that I created for you. So, let's jump right into it. So, why is this important? It's obviously really important because you have to understand where your prospect is within your sales funnel. Now, the sales funnel that we use can obviously be replicated for your business, whether it may be an e-commerce business or a service-based business or an educational-based business. Whatever it is, the same concept can be implemented within your Facebook campaigns as well. Now, to determine which objectives you should be using, you have to know where your prospect is within your sales funnel. And we'll go over the campaign objectives as well as the sales funnel as well. So the first step of this funnel is called awareness. Now, there are different terms for different sales funnels, such as top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, bottom of the funnel. We'll go through each step and each stage of the funnel and determine which campaign objective you should be using. Now, I don't know about you, but people just don't normally wake up thinking to purchase a software or an educational product or a physical product. They need to know about you first, and that's why this step is so important. And so the campaign objective that we use here is video views. So the reason why we use video ads is because they're super engaging, especially for a social feed like Facebook or Instagram. And you can display a lot of information and content, a lot of valuable information within your video for your audience. And that's very important. Another reason is because we can create lookalike audiences with the video views from our videos. And I'll show you that in the next slide. And there are a few reasons why we use video views. One, because they're educational and you can put a lot of value into that form of media. And secondly, you can create lookalike audiences or custom audiences with people who have viewed your video. For this instance, if you look at this screenshot here, we are creating a custom audience for people who have watched 75% of your video or 95% of the video. So basically, we are creating a retargeting campaign for people who have viewed the majority of your video. Now, why is this important? Because if people are engaging with your video, obviously they might find it valuable, they might find it educational, and they might be interested in your product. So that's why we are creating retargeting campaigns for people who have watched the majority of the video. Now, you can also create lookalike audiences for people who have watched the majority of your videos as well. And basically, you just want to tell Facebook to find more people who are more likely to engage in this type of content. And you could create campaigns around it and show them more content around the same subject within your business as well. So moving on, the second stage of the funnel is interest. Now that they're aware of your product, they might be interested in your product, and that interest can soon turn into the third step, which is desire. And desire ultimately leads to them pulling out their wallet and them completing the purchase within your funnel. Now, what campaign objectives do we use within steps 2 to 4? We use conversions objective. And what is a conversion? A conversion is basically an action that people take within your website. Now, within conversions, there are many different conversion levels or objectives that you can choose from. The main ones that we focus on here at Connect.io and Up Viral is leads as well as purchases. So I went through what a conversion is. It's someone who takes action, a specific action on your website. So if you have an e-commerce store, you ultimately want people to complete that purchase. If you're selling an educational product, maybe you want to collect their emails, you would choose a lead objective in that case as a conversion. So again, there are two types of conversions that we use. One is leads, since we are sometimes offer a webinar, an educational video, or a training video, or maybe a lead magnet such as an ebook or a guide to specific problems. Usually just collect their email, their name and email, and send them whatever they signed up for within the emails or the next page within your funnel. Now, purchases, on the other hand, are probably the number one campaign objective that you should be using regardless of what business you're in. So ultimately, as a business, you want people to complete the purchase within your website. Whatever you're selling, educational, an online product or a physical product, whatever it is, you want people to pull out their credit card and ultimately complete the purchase. Now, purchases are basically the king of conversion objectives. That's the ultimate goal that you want them to reach, and that's the ultimate objective that you should be optimizing for. Now, when would you use something like an engagement campaign? In my first video I shared with you, I suggested you use a post-engagement campaign alongside your higher objective campaigns such as purchases to increase social proof. And that's when we would use campaign objectives such as engagement. Engagement campaigns are great because the traffic is cheap. Facebook is basically finding people who are likely to like, comment, and share that post. We usually tend to use video ads as posts, by the way. But Facebook are likely to find people who are more likely to engage with that post. And you can use that post with your ads. And hopefully, by doing that, you can reduce your traffic costs as well as increase your social proof, giving you more value and more trust within the customer's funnel journey. So to give you some examples of some ads that we've used using the engagement campaign objective, on the left you can see that this ad has gotten almost 3,000 likes, 50 comments, and 70 shares. The one on the right, almost 2,000 comments, 6 comments, or 2,000 likes, 6 comments, and 29 shares. Now we only use these specific posts at only super small budgets, perhaps like 5% of your actual budgets for your higher seed objectives, such as purchases. And since the traffic for post engagement is so cheap, it allows Facebook to optimize for people to find more people who are likely to engage with this specific type of post. And ultimately, you get a lot more social proof. All the comments and all the shares will be there within your Facebook ads when you launch your campaigns as well. So a huge bonus. So hopefully that clears up a lot of confusion you may have about which campaign objectives you should be using for your specific Facebook campaigns. Now, we only use around 3 or 4 campaign objectives out of the 13, I believe. And it's important that you don't spend too much money using the lower seed objective campaigns just because Facebook won't optimize to find you more purchases for those specific campaigns. You might get a purchase here or two within your video view campaigns or traffic engagement campaigns, but ultimately you want to optimize for the higher seed objectives, which are purchases, your leads. If you're in e-commerce, you want to optimize for potentially add to carts or initiate checkouts, but ultimately purchases is the number one objective that you probably should be optimizing for. So hopefully that answers some questions that you may have about campaign objectives. If not, please comment below your questions and I'll answer accordingly. And as always, like and subscribe this video. Let me know in the comments what else you would like to see, and I'll see you on the next one.